song just puts me in such a great mood. Joey, what are you thinking? What are you saying?
Oh, I love that, man.
Hi, everybody. Hi. If you've been with us all day today, and most of you probably have, because we know our audience, and they just leave it on WMNF and WMNF.org, and they break the dial right off on their radio. Hi, everybody. It's Wednesday. It's noon. This is The Conversation. My name is Mario Nunez, and I'm seated alongside my broadcast partner,
Joe King Carter. Good afternoon.
And Joey, today is that special day that we do 3 times a year, more or less, más o menos, as they say in the neighborhood, where we come at you hot and heavy and we look for donations to help keep the mics on, the lights on, and community radio vibrant. Before we get too far into the weeds, we want to introduce to you the show that goes just before us. Duncan, introduce yourself to our audience and say hello.
I'm Duncan Strauss. I host Talking Animals, and it's a pleasure to proceed the conversation. And that great music that you were playing right before the show, that's music to pledge by.
Isn't it, though? Isn't it, though? Thank you. Yes, sir.
I want to thank somebody really quick. It's anonymous, but I still think they should be acknowledged. It's a longtime listener from Anna Maria, pledged $350 to get tickets to see Peter Frampton on Halloween night. So we really appreciate their generosity, and we appreciate everybody who pledged in support of Talking Animals. And keep it going for the conversation here on WMNF Tampa. Thanks so much.
Duncan,
Animals.
You're the best. That's the great Duncan Strauss, who's only been doing Talking Animals for 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years, y'all.
Get the hang of it.
He says he's just starting to get the hang of it. Duncan, thank you. Safe travels. Thank you, sir. So, yeah, we are The Conversation, and we are going to be doing a little bit of fundraising today. So for those of you that are out there that are listeners and avid listeners, even if it's The Conversation or any other of the wonderful programs that we have here at WMNF, now is the time to help us, like I said, keep the mics on. Before we get even further down the road, I just want to share a real quick story with you. It almost had a real sad ending, but actually it had a pretty happy ending. My mother has been gravely ill recently, and consequently on Monday night I thought her 95-year-old body was finally going to give way. So I did what any good son would do, and I activated my contact list, and I was able to get St. Paul's Catholic Church to send Father Tamil over to pray over my mom and kind of give her a proper send-off. And my mom has always been strong in her faith her entire life. She's 95. Well, I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with you, because up until Monday evening, I thought I knew some things. I knew that the sun rose in the east and set in the west. I knew that the sky was blue and the grass was green. Mm-hmm. But after what I witnessed on Monday night, and the revival of my mother's spirit and soul after Father Tamil prayed over her, I am convinced that miracles do happen every day. So let me just say this show is dedicated from me personally to my mom, Carmen Nunez, who, again, is 95 years strong and refuses to relent. I think that she probably got as far as stepping on that train, bags packed and ready to go, looked around and said, you know what, I don't recognize anybody here, and just promptly stepped off. But Mama, we're so happy that you're still here with us. We love you terribly, desperately, and I'm going to donate right up at the top of the show $100 of my own hard-earned money in dedication and in honor of St. Paul's Catholic Church right there in Carrollwood, who was gracious enough to send Father Tamil over.
Beautiful.
And help my mom in her journey. So that's for you, Mom. We love you. Joey, it was unbelievably magical.
Well, you know, all I can say is go, Carmen. And you know what? 95 years existing in this dimension, and she's not quite ready to go. She will go when she wants to.
Yeah, when she's ready.
And you know what? That's a beautiful thing. I'm so happy for you in that sense, and I also know that you are prepared for her transitioning, and we all deal with this, all of us in our world, and it's tough stuff, but it's part of the human experience, right? And
it is.
She's been an amazing person, and you hold that in your heart.
I do.
Yep.
Thank you for saying that, Joey.
Of course.
So today's a special day for us here at WMNF.
That's right.
Jessica. She has a last name. We don't use it often, but it's a color. I'll just say that it's a color. Jessica Color Lady. Here we go. It's green. It's Jessica Green. Jessica, we have this yellow piece of paper here on our desk, and this yellow piece of paper we know is valuable in one way and more than one way, but when they come blasting through the door and they give us these papers, it lets us know that we have another donation. So we have one here at the outset of the show that I want you to explain to our listeners in that beautiful voice of yours what it means.
So this is a $250 challenge donation pledge. And that means that we're hoping that listeners will come in to meet that challenge and donate $250 so that we can collect $500 from
There you go.
everyone.
So if I hear you correctly, Jessica, if we make $250 in donations, that unlocks this $250, which is sitting on the table. We can't touch it until we get $250, which automatically bumps us up to $500. Full disclosure, that's a third of what we have to raise today. Yeah. So that would be a third.
We're
of the
not
way.
expensive.
No, that would be a third of the way there. Actually, we kind of are, but that
Not
would
really.
be a third. Don't let our boss know.
There
That would be a
are shows that have to raise thousands and thousands of dollars. And by the way, I think that what we want to do here is to say, if you call in and say that you are pledging matching for that matching donation, your money will go to that cause. We're not just going to take the first $250 that comes through the door and say, oh, well, we made it. No, you have to call in and say, you are matching. So if you want to donate $100 toward the $250, that's great. If we could get 5 people to donate only $50, then we have a total of $500.
There you go. And that's a pretty good deal. Math works out that way.
That's right.
And that's in honor of Rob Loria, one of the founding members who we just lost this year, not too long ago. One of the founding members of WMNF. That is a sort of a matching fundraising pledge to honor Rob Loria.
There you go.
Joey, so we have so many good things that we're going to be auctioning off. Auctioning off to donations. Not auctioning. We don't auction anything here. We gift you things.
That's right.
For your donation. We have multiple levels.
A way of saying thank you.
For your support,
That's
which we
right.
cannot do without because we can't stay on the air without
Because
it.
that's what we're looking for today is support, folks.
Let me give you right off at the top, Joey. Let me give the number away in case somebody is hard by their radio with a pen and want to know where they can call to make that donation. It's real simple. It's the same number that you call every week when you want to talk to us here on the air. Only today there are no phones coming to the phone lines. They go directly to the donor center. It's 813-239-9663. Let me give it to you again. 813-239-9663. Make a call, pledge what you can. Joey, you've been working real hard with the people here at the station, our wonderful staff here at the station, and you came up with a very, very unique idea how we can raise money for our show. Is this a good time to share it?
Well, yeah, why not? Let's talk about
What
it
do you
now,
got,
right
Joe?
at the front of the show, so you folks have a chance to start digging into your wallets. And it
Here we
works
go.
like this. Wallets and purses, by the way.
Yeah.
Mario and I thought about a way that we could say thank you to our listeners. You have been loyal and supportive and wonderful, and we appreciate that. We have only been on the air, how long, Mario?
Maybe a little over a year?
A little over a year, so we're kind of...
Still
the
newbies.
New kids on the block, and we have gotten a lot of support for what we're doing. We're trying to do something a little different here, to connect you to the community, to connect you to each other.
And to us.
To the narrative, yes.
In the flesh, in person.
And so important, community radio, particularly now. And so we thought, well, what could we do? We have all of this wonderful bling that we are, a swag that we are willing to give you as a thank you for any money that you donate today. But we thought maybe we could give you something a little different. And so I have been conducting history tours in Ybor City for, 25 years. I am a resident historian, and it's hard for me to feign modesty and humility. So I will just say this, that my tours have been recognized around the world because people from around the world visit Ybor City. And so therefore, I would like to let you know that we are offering a history tour for your donation.
Yes, and how much is that donation, Joey?
And that donation is $50 a person. We are capping that donate and $88.5, $88.50 for a couple. Let's say you and your partner would like to come along.
Perfect.
And we are going to offer that for November 9th.
Okay.
That's a Sunday at 11 a.m. Mario and I are going to be there.
Absolutely.
You'll get to meet us both. We will be spiffed up and ready to go.
Walking the streets of Ybor City?
And we are going to walk the streets of Ybor City. And you, ladies and gentlemen, are going to learn things about Ybor City that I guarantee you
never
had no
knew.
idea existed.
Thank you, Joey. That's a wonderful idea. We got some donations coming in. Sean Canan?
Yeah, so David Audette from Tampa, thank you, is donating $200.29 to the conversation.
Goodness.
Thank you so much. And he is getting 4 tickets to that Ybor walking tour.
Look at that. Look at that. Thank you, David. Thank you.
David.
He appreciates the 46 years on the air for WMNF. So thanks to everyone who's donated so far. We need to hear from you right now. Here's the number, 813-239-9663. 9663.
Thank you, Sean. That was wonderful. So
That is awesome. Hey, listen.
That's a good primer. We get an opportunity to walk with David as well.
Eventually, David, I'm sure, will be a guest on our show here sooner or later. He is an icon, an impresario in Tampa. His long history. He's in the process of publishing 2 books about his life and his times in Tampa. And David is a friend. And, thank you so much, David. That's really sweet of you.
And $50, really and truthfully, is a lot of value packed into that tour. I've taken the tour multiple times, and each time, Joe, you keep it fresh. You have a knack for the theatrical. People that may not know it, they probably hear it in your voice on a weekly basis. But when you get to, and then you're always in your moment when you're doing these tours,
I
right?
love them.
Because it's something that organically I think you enjoy very much.
Because as my Georgia Uncle Vern would have said, when I met Ybor City, I fell in love with her. And just so you folks get a little taste of what you might receive on that tour, let me tell you that, did you know that when Vicente Martinez Ybor came to Tampa 4 months prior to his purchase of land, the First National Bank of Tampa, which was the only bank in Tampa in 1885, an extension out of the Jacksonville Bank, a branch bank, that the president of that bank had written his board in Jacksonville saying, I think we ought to pull out. I think we ought to close shop. I don't think Tampa is ever going to work. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's with a new railroad coming in and the largest port close to the Caribbean and South America in America, and yet Tampa wasn't working. And here's why. It was because of yellow fever. And Tampa was the ground zero for mosquito breeding in the state. And so Tampa was quite seriously failing in 1885. Vicente Martinez Ybor came here in 1885, and due to him and due to Mr. Plant, Tampa
Henry
survived.
B.
That's correct. And those are the kinds of things you will get on that tour.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's always great. Let me remind everybody that WMNF is powered by people. Every song you hear, every story we tell comes from someone right here in our community. That independence only exists because of listeners like you who give. So your support that keeps the people's frequency alive and unfiltered, join the circle today at WMNF.org or call 813-239-9663. We'd love to hear from our friends and neighbors right about now. Those of you that listen to us each week, and we won't name you, but we know who you are. You're out there listening. Give us a call. Did you see some of the swag this time, brother?
Oh, it's amazing. And let me say one other thing, by the way. I didn't close that up. Let me close that envelope a little bit better. We have set the limit of 30 people for this history tour. We've capped it at 30 because beyond that it becomes too cumbersome. So it is a limited set of spaces available to you.
26 now, because we've got 4 David just purchased.
Yes, and remember that if we fill that tour, we have made our goal today. So, folks, if you want to go on a great tour of Ybor City on a beautiful Sunday afternoon after the weather has now cooled off a little bit,
thank you.
Please join us.
Yes, and you know what? They'll be also helping us make our goal.
That's right.
Which is pretty cool. Listen, we've got this swag that's all surrounding us here on the table. You guys can't see it. I'll try to describe it for you. There's a 2-inch acrylic WMNF magnet that is wonderful, that goes right on your refrigerator, so to remind you of the wonderful community radio that's been in existence for 46 years here in the Bay Area. There's also a static window cling that you can get. All of these for donations of $25 and $35. Resistance being the theme this time around for our fundraising goal. There's a WMNF Resistance Radio bumper sticker. That's also for a donation of $35. And listen, it really, really looks good on the car. It stands out. That's the one thing that they do here at WMNF. They don't spare any expense when it comes to the artistic renderings. So they do their research. They figure out, okay, what is this particular fundraising campaign going to have as its initial goal? And this time around, it's resistance, which it couldn't be any more important to us. If you'd like to get one of those beanies that you see, we may just have a cold winter, Joey. I mean, we got a cold front that's coming through this weekend. Temperatures are going to be dipping into the 60s, right? And you know what? I don't want to jinx it. I'm not going to jinx it. I refuse to jinx it.
Yeah.
But it's the Caribbean has been kind of calm. That Atlantic has been kind of calm. And thank you for that high pressure that's been blocking everything and sending it off into the North Atlantic. But you know what? I think we're going to get through this season Kind of.
Well, don't speak too
I don't
early,
want to
my
jinx it.
friend.
I'm not going to jinx it.
Because unfortunately, climate change has made everything wacky.
Hey, who just walked through the door right there? You don't want to read that, sir? Please read it for us. Oh, DT said he don't want to read it.
Retired from Orange.
Come on, I'll read it. First name only, it says here. This is Richard from Sarasota. Richard, we get messages from you all the time, and we are so appreciative of your $100 donation.
Yes, Richard.
Rick in Sarasota says he listens and donates all the time. My man, Richard is wonderful, and he contributes in a big way. When he calls, we stop the show and we listen, don't we?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Richard.
Sarasota, you kind of grew up down that way, Joey.
That's my old stomping ground, Sarasota. I used to, for many years, people say, where'd you grow up? I would say Sarasota because they didn't know where Bradenton was. But Sarasota is a wonderful community.
It is, and it's coming up, man. You know, I mean, it's
very cool.
I bet you if you talk to the people in Sarasota, the longtime Sarasota residents, they're probably saying they're getting too big, too.
Lots of arts and culture in that area. Very
beautiful.
nice.
And water all the way around.
Yeah.
Beautiful beaches close by.
So, folks, resistance is our theme, and you know what's happening to us in our country right now with us politically. You understand. We're not going to waste time today going into the details of that. But this radio station is a bastion of truth in the community. This is your community radio station, and we are not a corporate entity. And let me remind you, folks, that we have lost just recently. We have lost all of our federal and state financing. There are people out there and entities that would love to see us go away. Please don't let that happen. Please donate.
Yeah, we're going to make sure that we keep reminding you of that, because the truth of the matter is community radio, public access television, all public media really is under assault right now. And, you know, when powerful voices try to control the message, independent media becomes essential. WMNF is one of the few places left where anyone from our community, artists, organizers, and everyday people like Joe and myself can grab a mic and be heard. That's what makes this station so rare and so worth protecting. The best way to keep this mic open is to give monthly through the Circle of Resistance, formerly known as the Circle of Friends. Now a little more powerful, the Circle of Resistance. Join now at WMNF.org or call 813-239-9663. And reminding you, if you go to WMNF.org, make sure, please, that you try to navigate that donation and dedicate it towards the conversation.
There we go, folks. And by the way, you read that just like it was coming off the top of your head.
Brother, come on, don't give it away.
You are so good.
Thank you. Don't give it away. I think I could make a living at this.
So
I are a good reader. Okay.
Yeah. So, folks, join us in supporting WMNF. We need some of your dollars, please. A few dollars from your bank account makes such a huge difference for us. And it shows your support. You know, it's about the money, but it's not about the money. In a weird way, it's about support. We need to know that community radio is connecting everybody out there. And we also have some amazing swag. And I just want to mention very quickly that... Sam is here.
Surprise.
Oh, wow.
We'll get to Sammy in just a second. Yeah, she just snuck right in on you there,
like
didn't
a
she?
genie out of a bottle. Yeah. I'd like to draw your attention for a $250 donation.
Yes, sir.
You can get a T-shirt, a cap, and a lens cleaner cloth that has our logo on it and other things.
And a pair of socks.
And a pair of socks. And all of that for $250. And by the way, they're all outstanding. The shirt is just gorgeous. The hat is something I want. And who doesn't need a cool pair of socks that has our logo all over them, by the way. They're just wonderful.
You know, it's a simple act of resistance. You know, every month a group of listeners takes one small but powerful step. They give monthly to keep independent media like ours alive. The best way to continue to protect WMNF is by joining them in the Circle of Resistance. Again, it's the Circle of Resistance. Doesn't that sound community-wise? Your automatic monthly gift keeps the lights on, the mics live, and Tampa Bay's community-powered signal very, very strong. Join us, won't you, at WMNF.org or call 813-239-9663. And joining us in studio now is the one and only...
Sam I Am.
everybody.
Good afternoon, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Yeah, it's so special that normally I'm on right after you with It's the Music 1 to 3 p.m.
That's
but
right.
Joining in a little bit early since it is our fund drive right now, and this is like the moment where we ask our generous community, you listening right now, if you haven't donated to this station, if you enjoy the conversation, please donate now. And actually what I was working on earlier is that we do have some tickets from local venues as well as our very own tickets, which I'd love to mention that WMNF, we're having our own Halloween ball.
Get it.
It's gonna be very fun. Lots of
Who doesn't like to
performers.
dress up for Halloween?
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
right.
There's going to be a costume contest. There's always goodies, and it's going to be at New World Brewery on October 17th. If you want to join us, that is for a $60 donation. You can get a pair of tickets.
$60.
The count is
We can do the monster mash.
Also, another pair of tickets is Zach Person. You may remember him from Tropical Heat Wave.
Absolutely.
Yes, he is very much a Jimi Hendrix electric guitar rocking kind of guy.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool. Really, Jimi Hendrix kind of revived in this guy.
Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah, November 15th, Skipper Smokehouse, 8 p.m. That is also a $60 donation for one pair. So
$60 for a pair.
I know. So
That's two tickets, Joey. That's two
cheap.
tickets.
Two.
Wow.
So if you want to go to some great music that's going to be here, local and live, as well as support your local and live community right here at WMNF, call now, 813-239-9663.
Oh, Sam.
The donations are coming in every time that door opens up. And you've heard us say this before. And in walks Sean with some yellow papers in his hand. For those of you watching on Facebook Live, these are the yellow papers we're referring to.
Yellow
We've got
papers.
some
Good
donations that we'd
donations.
like to give thank yous. Yeah, we'd like to give our thank yous. So this is from Suzanne House from Tampa, Florida. $37.70.
Suzanne.
In tribute, welcome newbies to keep up the local conversation. Thank you so much. A tribute
thank
to
you,
Rob
Suzanne.
Lori. Also, Tina from Brooksville, $50 to the conversation, also in memory of Rob Lori. So we're getting close. I hope the guys and gals in the volunteers room with the phones are tabulating our numbers, because I think we're inching very close to that 250.
What?
Now remember, to unlock the 250 that we have,
Really?
we need to get another 250, Joey. So
You're saying we've reached a premature goal.
I think we're getting there. I don't know
okay.
exactly.
No, I don't
Maybe
think
the
so.
next time.
I think we need more money.
Yeah.
More. We
Let's
want
go.
more.
Let's go. Don't we want more money?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
I need a dollar, that's what I need. Hey, hey. Well, I need a dollar, that's what I need. Hey, hey. Said I need a dollar, that's what I need. And if I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me? Bad times are coming, and I reap what I done sowed. Hey, hey. Well, let me tell you something. All that glitters ain't gold. It's been a long old troublesome road, and I'm looking for somebody come and help me carry this load. I need a dollar, that's what I need. Well, I need a dollar, that's what I need. Well, I don't know.
Sing like this.
We can't say it any better. We can't say it any better than that. We
There
need
it
a
is.
dollar. We need
Aloe
a
Black.
dollar. Aloe Black. Yeah, we need a dollar.
Yeah.
Or maybe a few more than $1. But yes, join us now at the conversation here. 813-239-9663. I like to say this phrase: operators are standing by.
It's
Huh, Joey?
true.
It's true.
Actually.
It's true. They're in the room right now,
Like Home Shopping Network.
waiting for the phones to ring so that they can take your donation. now.
Operators are standing by.
And
Joe,
there are our own volunteers, too. What's so cool is that the community is really coming together for WMNF, whether they are donating their time and their energy and effort by being on the phones,
So
or if it's you right now donating financially. And literally, whatever you can give is great. Like if you can, maybe $5 a month through the Circle of Friends, aka Circle of Resistors.
Resistance.
That's
resistors.
right.
I like it. Yeah, resistors.
That's right.
Yes. Or it can be $5 a month, $10 a month. I know a lot of our DJs here at WMNF, they are part of that Circle of Friends, Circle of Resistors. And they say that, the $5 coming out, once a month is not breaking their bank. And if it can't,
Absolutely.
if it's not going to break yours, obviously don't do anything that, obviously is not comfortable. But if you can comfortably give, please do it now and call 813-239-9663. Go online to WMNF.org.
Just imagine, folks, that a latte once a month, that when you got out of the car, you dropped it on the ground by accident. That latte is...
forgot to put the lid on it and it spilled all over the inside of your car.
That latte is all we ask from you in that process. It comes right out of your account, and it's so simple. And by the way, did you hear Sam's voice? You know what you're hearing there, folks? You're hearing love. Love. We are the love station, and that's the way
true.
we need to think about this. She's talking about all of these volunteers who are here currently. I walk into this building.
Hundreds.
Every time I walk into this building, I feel love. But today, the love is just all over me. It's like...
You feeling it?
Joey,
I'm slathered by love.
Let me share with you, and I'm going to get your towel. Let me share with you that there's nothing cooler than pulling up to a red light like this and kind of checking out the cars next to you, and you just happen to see a Circle of Resistance, a.k.a. Circle of Friends sticker on the car, right?
Right.
Because that's one thing that we all do is we proudly display that sticker on the car.
That happened to me this morning, actually.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
It's very
Truth be
cool.
told,
Community.
yeah.
And the thing I'd like to say, too, about that is, and the reason for observing love in her voice is this, is that all of you right now are feeling overwhelmed by what's happening to us politically. We are feeling isolated. We are feeling that we do not have power. We feel that people are trying to shove an authoritarian system down our throats. We are having mental issues about this. We are emotionally strained. And here is a place where there is really, literally love coming through their speakers at you every day. This is about commitment to community, and that's a loving act, folks. So you know what? I think the WMNF is a salve. It's a medication for you. It's going to help you feel better. And all you have to do is give us a little money.
Well, just because it goes a long way. 813-239-9663, WMNF.org. Kind of like what Joe was just saying, it is truly about the community. It's a human connection, whether it's the volunteers here at the station, whether it's the voices that you hear on your radio, whether it is actually community partners such as Petra Middle Eastern Restaurant. They're located on 1118 West Kennedy Boulevard in Tampa. They sent us chicken and falafel sandwiches, hummus, and salad for lunch today.
Come on.
Wow.
To support the volunteers who are taking the phone calls, right? Thank you to Maria, Mewen, and everyone there at Petra that are feeding us today. We are so grateful for our community, so grateful for our community partners, and the people that make up our vibrant city, right?
Absolutely.
Can I also,
Absolutely.
I know that we said it early in the early shows this morning because they delivered early this morning at 9 o'clock, but let me also say thank you, a big shout out to La Segunda Central Bakery right here on 15th and 15th for the wonderful breakfast sandwiches that were donated and the pastelito de guayaba that was donated. And if you didn't get any this morning, get in there and get some, you volunteers.
That's it.
Because you've earned it.
That's it.
But this is what community is all about. It's the love that Joe alluded to, and he spoke so eloquently and so wonderfully that I'm going to have to donate again for myself. I don't know what that means. But Joey, you were very convincing, Joey, very convincing.
Thank you so much.
Because it came from his big old heart and right out of his big old head too. But he's right. He's absolutely
Mario.
right. It's about community.
Is that a yellow sheet I see in
Let
your
me
hand?
see what this. Ooh, Sean Canan coming in hot, as they like to say. This is from our dear friend who was on our show not too terribly long ago, Tom Fillion. He says that this is for say Nadi Contreras 5 times on the air. Nadi Contreras, Nadi Contreras, Nadi Contreras, Nadi Contreras, Nadi Contreras. Does that mean like Beetlejuice? He's going to appear in the corner? I don't know. But thank you, Tom Fillion. That's $100 from Tom Fillion. So thank you,
brother.
We're getting closer and closer to our goal.
You're the man, Tom.
That's what our friends do for us. They show up in times of need, and this is certainly one of those. Now, listen, we don't want to tell you that it all has to come in today, although wouldn't it be great if we met our goal during our show, because that is something that is a source of pride for all of the shows every day.
Yes.
And today, we need to remember that today is but day one of 7 days of fundraising. And we feel an ultimate responsibility. It's like we're running the lead leg in the 4x100 medley. We got to get off to a good start. We got to jumpstart this thing off right. So give to our show, give to the station in general, but especially to our show now so we can make our goal, because it's always important that we do.
And let me say to that, if you're in the car right now and you can't make that thing happen at this moment, for the remaining week we have, all you have to do is, if you call in, you want to donate to us, just let them know that it's for the conversation.
That's right. That's right.
WMNF.org, Sammy, is that right?
Yeah, 813-239-9663. I just got an update. The conversation so far has raised $637,
There we
which
go.
is awesome. Thank you
Excellent.
so much to everyone who's donated so far. And we have just about 20-ish minutes left to raise $863.
It can be done. That's where
Yes, it
the
can.
math comes in. That's
Come
where
on, folks.
And I don't know if my hundred's in there, but let's just say that it is. So we got about another $700 to go. Let me say this about that. Celine Kelly from Tampa, Florida. Celine, thank you so much for your $161 donation.
Wow, Celine.
Let's clap, Joey. Let's get a clap and a bell ring for Celine. Thank you, sweetie. We appreciate everybody. We appreciate everybody's donation.
Every one of you and every dollar.
'Cause you're
But
all
that's-
valuable.
But that's very generous, Celine. Thank you so very
with about
much.
$700 to go, guys, won't you help us make our donation goal of $1,500? Let's get that done. Here come the yellow papers. This is the part. If you're looking at me on Facebook, there's another yellow paper. This is from Douglas Warner from Largo, Florida. Douglas has donated $100. Long live the revolution, Douglas. We love you, brother. Thank you so
Douglas.
much.
Wow.
And wear that short sleeve T-shirt with pride, okay? Thank you so much.
Yes.
There's a bell ring for you as well, Douglas. Largo's in the house, y'all.
Largo is in the house. 813-239-9663, WMNF.org. Those few $100 donations definitely made a dent in what we need to make by 1 p.m. in
Yes.
order to make our goal. And like what was mentioned before, each and every show has an individual goal in
That's
order
right.
to raise the big goal.
That's right.
So we would like to keep on pace so that we can continue to support community radio, WMNF. Give now.
And folks, please, let's not forget this history tour that we offered at the beginning.
Thank you,
$50
Joe.
a person to spend 2 hours or more. Mario and I will be there. Mario and I
fun.
will hang out with you. We will drink a coffee, cafe con leche with you.
Or 2 or 3.
We will hang out after the tour and answer all your questions. If you want to know why Mario looks the way he looks, he will explain it to you. So
That's a great teaser, Joe. I didn't want anybody to know about my prosthetic limb, but thanks, Joe.
So what we're going to do is please, I don't want to feel like you don't love me. So come on, let's have some folks join on our tour.
Actually, it's a pretty fun idea because really it's a little different from the swag that we offer. But wouldn't it be cool? Watch this. Wouldn't it be cool if we get the 30 people that we're looking for? 20 is great too. The 30, because we don't even need that many now. Joey,
Right.
I went to high school. I did pretty well in math, although I didn't understand some of the higher math.
Yes.
But if we need $700,
Calculus was a
If we
problem.
need $700 left or $600, let's say $600.
Yes.
How many donations is that? That's just 12. That's
Yes.
12 $50 donations.
Yes.
So if we get 12 people
12
right
people
now,
who will be on our tour.
Yeah, you go. 12 people who want to take the tour and offer $50 in donation. Look, we've made our goal, and you're going to get a chance to meet Joe and myself and spend some time with us, which
And
is
folks, we're going to have fun. It's
No,
going to
no.
be lots of fun.
yeah, because Joey and I have one mantra that we live by, and I know this for certain, that if it ain't fun, we ain't having it. We
That's
ain't
right.
doing it.
That's
so
right.
when Joe does his tour, and he's excellent tour guide, and Mario will be there to provide the hospitality. So come on and join us. That's November, Joey, November 9th.
November 9th at 11 a.m. on a beautiful Sunday. Ybor City is quiet and relaxed. You can have lunch after. You will have a
I'm
great
not
time.
sure if the Bucks are playing that day, but it doesn't matter if they are. You'll be home in time to see them.
That's right.
So come on and join us.
That's right.
That's November 9th. $50 a piece.
Yeah, that's right. 813-239-9663, WMNF.org. I'm telling you that I get the benefit that since I am here at the station 5 days a week at least, that whenever I run into Joe, he tells me all sorts of things about Ybor that I never knew about. And I was born and raised here in Tampa Bay, so which is so cool. And I'm just thinking that, like you were saying, on a beautiful Sunday morning, you get to see my favorite part, which is the chickens of Ybor, which Joe knows all
Los
about.
gallos de Ybor.
That's right.
Los gallos.
They are everywhere.
They're everywhere. And
roosters.
apparently they're protected, which I didn't know.
They are protected, and I don't have to buy eggs.
You don't have to buy eggs.
No. They
What?
lay eggs on my porch.
What?
Yeah.
Sammy, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just
Joey.
a strange little benefit of living in Ybor City.
You don't have to buy eggs because they just give them to you.
And
That
I'm
is
being
so
I'm being very
funny.
honest about that too, by the way.
Honestly, how much more live and local can you get? Truly. Like the fact that we have volunteers and DJs here who are not only so knowledgeable historically about our city, but the fact that they even get live and fresh produce delivered to
And listen,
Straight from the source.
straight from the source.
organic and free range.
Organic and free range.
Yeah, and let me tell you, Daddy loves eggs. I mean, I like my eggs.
Well,
So
listen.
if you want to join, you gotta call, gotta donate, support the conversation.
Please, folks, support us.
813-239-9663.
You're getting a little taste of our personalities now today, a little bit unfettered and unleashed, because usually we're a little more controlled when we have guests in the studio and we're trying to be a
Good
little more
afternoon,
professional
sir.
and polished. But this is really who we are in our spirit, and you'll get to see that in person when you join us on the 9th for the tour. Hey, I think we need some money. What about some money?
Got to get money.
There you go.
I just want enough to play the game.
We just letting you know that we need a little bit of money. That's all.
That's all
We
right.
need a little bit of money. Sammy, you had something for Joe?
Well, just I just can't get over.
She's
like,
still stunned.
I'm still stunned about the fact
So
that
let me tell you, Sam, let me-
Joe, you have eggs that are basically delivered
gratis. Gratis.
to your front porch
From the
by
source.
the
Yeah.
Ybor chickens.
Yeah, so here's how it works. I have a front porch. It has potted plants. It has chairs. The hens around my house, and I've learned more about chickens than I ever wanted to know. They do not migrate much. In other words, the chickens on my block are the chickens I know.
Okay.
So there's Bob, there's Mary, there's Helen. I know them.
You've named them.
Well, no, I don't name them, but
should.
I see the same chickens every day.
Okay.
And there's about 7 or 8 hens right around my house. They want to come up because they like to go up high and up on my porch and roost and lay eggs. They dig in the dirt. They dig my plants out. I don't like this. I love animals. So I tried to figure out a system to prevent that, and I couldn't really figure out a way to do it. I put sticks in the pot. I put chicken wire in the pot. It's called chicken wire. It still didn't work. So I decided that I would go out, and this is a fluke thing, and I bought some cheap plastic squirt guns, and I keep them loaded on the porch, and when a hen gets in a pot and I catch her, I hit her with a little water, doesn't hurt her, she goes, "Quack," and she flies off, right? Now, so in an attempt to keep them out of my pots, I accidentally trained them. Because what happened is that hens are smart enough to realize if I get in a pot, he squirts me, but if I get in a chair,
It's
he
fine.
doesn't. So they come up in my chairs and lay eggs.
Wow.
And they make a certain sound, right, Joey?
And they make- and
because
when a
you're
hen is-
inside the house. I've heard the story before, y'all.
Yeah, when hens are walking around, they that's to go. When hens are walking around, they sort of say this. when a hen needs to lay an egg, she's possibly under stress. So she says this.
It's a little more agitated.
Yeah, a little more urgent.
Okay.
Urgent.
I have learned how to speak chicken, so consequently, I hear that and I understand what she's saying. So now, in my little wood frame house, I can hear that outside. So I virtually know she alerts me, or any of those hens, they alert me when they're going to leave me an egg.
If this isn't proof enough that you should really go on this tour, that
You gotta meet Joe.
Are offering
You
for
gotta meet
donation.
Joe.
Just call now, 813-239-9663. Joe is the real deal. I'm
Yeah, he's the real
just
deal.
saying.
Well, I've
He's the
proven
real
I
deal.
certainly know something about chickens, that's for sure.
No, that's 100%
And
true.
Ybor.
Yeah.
Ybor chickens,
Yes,
specifically.
absolutely.
So we are getting donations. They are coming in. This is for this one today. Is from Jeff Williams from St. Petersburg, Florida. Thank you to Jeff. A $25 donation.
Jeff, thank you.
Dedicated to the. It says here dedicated to the poor lady with the $12,000 tax bill. Not sure exactly what that means, but we'll take it. We'll take it. If this one's going to the conversation, and we know that it is, Jeff, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you, Jeff.
a good listener there in St. Petersburg, our sister
Thank you,
city
Jeff.
that we love so much. Sammy.
That's right. Yeah. So if you want to donate to this amazing show, this amazing radio station, the only local community radio station right here in Tampa Bay that delivers the shows like The Conversation and shows like mine, It's the Music, call now, 813-239-9663. And speaking of music, if you want to see some great live, local, fun concerts, go to one of our own. There's the Halloween ball that we're putting on. It's going to be at New World Tampa, October 17th. It's going to have a costume contest, a lot of really fun performances. That is $60 for a pair, a donation of $60. We also have Zach Person. We're bringing him back from Tropical Heat Wave.
Yes.
He's going to be on November 15th at Skipper Smokehouse, 8 p.m. Again, a $60 donation will get you one pair of tickets. So don't miss up on this opportunity. You're doing kind of like a good thing in two for one. You're not only
That's
supporting
right.
your community radio station, but you also get to go to a great show.
Excellent. And by the way, can you imagine the costumes you're going to see at that costume party?
Oh, I think
Oh,
it's
and
going
the
to come
Halloween
off the
ball?
chain.
At the Halloween
Oh, it's going to
ball.
be so good.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
good. I went last year, and they were.
And that's $60 for a pair of tickets.
Yes. So if you donate,
So you're really
60
paying
or more,
$30 for a ticket for each person.
Correct.
And what a great deal, folks.
I mean, it's honestly, not as much as some of the tickets around town. But again, yeah, if you want to participate in
Right.
that costume contest, if you want to go see Zach Person, who's basically a Jimi Hendrix revival with his own amazing music,
Yes.
go to WMNF.org or call 813-239-9663 with only 12 minutes to go.
That's
Come on,
it,
y'all.
folks.
We need it. Let's finish up strong. It's not running to the tape, but running through the tape. Let me also tell you this, that these fundraisers that happen 3 times a year, it's on this day that it culminates, but it really is the preceding 30 days and the following 30 days. So if you're just a little short and strapped right now and you can't make a donation today, but you'd like to, you still have time and you can still dedicate it to the conversation. Just whenever you can, WMNF.org, and seek out the conversation and make your donation there. Hey, Joe, you know that feeling when a song comes on and it hits you right in the heart? You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
That moment is no accident. A real DJ, a real person chose that track for you. WMNF is music with meaning, curated, not coded. If our music has ever carried you through something, now is the time to give back. And if our news and public information shows have ever really taken you to that special place and made you feel special, now is the time. Call 239-9663 or donate at WMNF.org. The People's Frequency, powered by love, rhythm, and you.
Love, rhythm, and you. I like that.
Well, and it's so true, right? Like all of the voices that you hear on WMNF, they are all people who live here in the Tampa Bay area. They are all people who are volunteers. They are all passionate, whether it is about the music that they are giving you, that they are curating each week and doing all of that research, hours, honestly, to
Oh
put
my
together
gosh.
one show
Yeah.
so that you are hearing the best music that's not getting played on commercial radio, that doesn't give the platform, the time,
Yes.
and the energy by other radio stations.
Yes.
You get to discover it here, or whether it is our news and public affairs shows, and you are learning even more and more about not only what's happening on the national level, what's happening at the state level, what's happening in our communities, because that's the stuff that's going to affect us. And this is the stuff that I find is so important, especially now more than ever, whatever's going on with the powers that be that shall not be named. But, you know, it's so incredibly important to keep these things alive.
Vibrant.
And vibrant. So if you support that, make sure that you show that little bit of that love and support back to us.
Absolutely.
Call 813-239-9663.
Let's
Yes,
finish,
folks.
finish strong, y'all.
What is provide? Yes, finish strong. Come on, let's make it happen. We, you know, folks, what Sam is alluding to is or describing is amazing to me. I could not be a music programmer here, and I love music, and I know a lot about music because I've lived on planet Earth now for hundreds of years, and so I know music. But you know what? I think that these people. They're in the vault back there pulling music.
They're mining.
out,
They're
doing all
mining,
this stuff
constantly
there.
mining.
And it just kind of amazes me. I mean, for many, many years as a listener, I've always thought to myself, these great music shows, and I think, wow, how is that person putting that together? This is not some pre-programmed music that you're getting on some service that you're paying for monthly.
It's not an algorithm.
This is not an
Correct.
algorithm.
Real people doing
This is
real work.
Real people doing real stuff, and it's important. Then, as she said, when we go to public affairs, folks, for you to choose your news sources out there, you have many of them. Most of them, if not all of them, are at some level corporate. And if they are corporate, then they are being, I guarantee you, influenced, folks.
Absolutely.
And this is not a time for you to be listening to the influencers. This is a time for you to be thinking for yourself. Independently. And that's what community radio here at WMNF 88.5 is offering you.
Need about $450, maybe $500. I'm just guessing. I'm sure the math is going to come flying through the door any second now to let us know how much we need before we go off the air. Let's try to make that happen. This would be the time if you've ever given before or if you've never given before, this might be the time to do it. You know, when powerful voices try to control the message, independent radio keeps the mic open for everyone. Let's keep the message real. Let's keep the mic open. Join the Circle of Resistance today, 813-239-9663. I can promise you that the conversation is firmly ensconced in the resistance. We are your
Absolutely.
voice, and we are here for you each and every week. We need you to now be here for us.
And we've had some big donations today. We've had $200, $250 donations. But we haven't had any of those big hitters, those heavy hitters. Let's get a heavy hitter in here.
Like a 500?
Let's get somebody in.
Can we do that?
1,000.
Is there
$1,000.
somebody
Come
there?
on,
Why are we
folks.
stopping at 500?
Somebody out there has had a good year, and you got some money laying around. Maybe your Uncle Perseus just passed, and he left you in the will. And now you are going to, in just the next 30 days, come into $1.3 million. Wow. You know what? Throw us $1,000. Come on, folks. Let's show some support and love here.
Hey, and with that,
And
you
buy
know,
some tickets to that tour, Sammy.
Yeah, and like with a $1,000 donation, you can also get the WMNF Events Pass, which is a year-long
There
pass.
you
It
go.
includes 10 tickets to any WMNF show of your choice, and it lasts a whole year, and you get 10 tickets guaranteed. You just, and there's all sorts of directions that come with it as far as like how to redeem those tickets. But that's just something you can do. You can also get a patio paver, and you can put whatever message you want into a brick that literally gets laid into the foundation of our building. And you can be part, truly, of community radio.
In a
which
very
is
permanent way.
in a
Lasting
very
way.
permanent way.
Be part of the foundation.
813-239-9663, WMNF.org. If we just had maybe 5 people join the Circle of Resistors, the Circle of Friends at $10 a month, I think you would be able to make your goal.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Come on,
Let's-
folks.
Let's do that right
Show
now.
your love for the conversation, please.
Joe, we love to do this, and we want to continue to do this, and we don't
Yes.
want to get pop out, and we don't want to get a timeout.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? So we want to make sure that
we have to go sit in the corner?
We want to do our part. Okay? We want to do our part. But I'm looking forward to that. Look, one more time before we have to get off the air. I'm looking forward to that tour, Joey. I'm looking forward to meeting
It's gonna be a lot of
our
fun.
listeners, and hopefully they will join us on that.
And you know
very
what? I'll
special
tell you
tour.
right now, I'm going to give them a little something extra.
There you go.
know what I'm saying?
There you go. So it's November 9th at 11 o'clock. Sam's got to go do her show now. Thank you, Sam, for helping us pick
Thank
so
you,
much.
Sam.
Donate 813-239-9663.
You are awesome.
Sam is
Thank
coming
you,
up
Sam.
next, so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, pick up that phone, 813-239-9663. You can go to WMNF.org. Donate what you can, $10, $15, $100, $500. We're getting closer every minute to making our goal. Joe, this is always a fun time for us.
Absolutely.
Hey, what are you going to do next, Joey? What are you going to tell us about next?
You know what? I just want to say that I was looking here at some of these gifts that we are giving our listeners and our audience.
Yes, sir.
And our supporters. And for a donation of $150, you can get one of these amazing jersey hoodies. They're really
They're pretty cool.
Have you
pretty
seen
cool.
them?
Yeah, they're lightweight. They have a real gray kind of a nice vibe to them. It's something you can wear here in Florida, fall through winter, and not feel like you're overdressed or you're wearing too much.
Yeah, they're very cool. And
Lightweight,
they go all the way
4.5 ounce.
down.
Yep.
They're nice and long, so they hide that tummy.
Not that quarter zip or that half zip. It's a full zip. So, it's good. It's got a hoodie on it, too. So, sizes small to 3X, unisex and women's sizes. So, come on. Let's go ahead and make that donation.
$150 for an amazing hoodie.
And with the WMNF logo right there on the left chest pocket.
They're beautiful.
Really sweet.
Yes.
Hey, I've joined the resistance, Joey. I know you have as well. And I'm looking forward to... because every time I try to up my own circle of resistance, right? Circle of friends.
Yes.
It started out as $10. I think I'm up to $20, $25 now a month. It's something that I do with a great sense of pride, and it makes me feel connected to the pushback, right? Connected to the resistance.
Yes.
And again, you get that little decal and you put it on your window. Very, very cool to be seen around the community.
Absolutely.
With those on.
That's right. As I said earlier, folks, this is a way for you to feel connected at a time when connection is difficult because of what's happening in our culture. This is a time for you to feel like you can be a part of something that can make a difference, even if you are not someone who can show up for the protest or write letters to your senator. This is a time when you can... By donating to us, by donating to the conversation, you can be a part of the solution.
Let me say, Joey, we got about 3 minutes left in show, and I want to say that we only need $250. This was just handed to me on this little papelito that I'm holding in my hands, this little piece of paper. We only need $250 to make our goal. We know that you're out there listening. We know that you can help us. Let's run through the tape. I mean, we don't have any 20-second timeouts here. Unfortunately, I'm looking at the clock.
Is there somebody out there who has $250 to throw our way? Please, folks, we would so deeply and profoundly appreciate that.
Let me say a great thank you to Catherine from St. Petersburg for her very, very generous donation of $190. That's Kathy in St. Pete. Thank you so much.
Kathy in St. Pete.
Kathy, we look forward to meeting you. She's going to be joining us 4 tickets on the walking tour.
Oh, lovely,
That's
Kathy.
4 tickets. Kathy, please be sure to come up to us and let us know that you are the Kathy that generously donated. Also, this is Risa from Tampa. Risa, thank you for your $88.50 donation. Risa and Peggy love WMNF. FDT, and we appreciate you guys so much. Listen, we only need $250.
Risa, thank you.
We got about 2 minutes to go. We need $250. Please, 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 pretty please, with sugar on top.
That's right.
Make that happen for us, so that way Sean Canan can be smiling the rest of the day, because we
love to see Sean smile.
We do. We did our part in starting off the wonderful campaign by meeting our goals. With only $250 left to go, we're sure we can do it. If you call in now and you make that pledge, make sure that you make it to the connection, to the conversation, forgive me, and we'll be able to acknowledge you as Sam's show starts in just a minute, 25 seconds.
Maybe
Joey,
you can donate $200 and then your little brother can donate $50.
20 seconds left, Joey. Let me say thank you, everybody that donated today. For those
Thank
of
you so much.
that are still sitting there right on the fence,
Looking forward to the tour. And by the way, if you're looking forward to this history tour, you've still got a week to sign up, so please sign
Pick up the phone. Give us a call, 813-239-9663.
We love you.
This is WMNF Tampa. Thank you so very much, everybody. We really appreciate you. I'm excited. I'm so excited that I got off the air just a little bit early, but I'm back.
But
I'm back
you.
to ask
we love
for
you. We love you. We love you.
We still got another 45 seconds to go. I was so fixated.
That's enough time for you to call in and write that check for $250.
That's right. I bet it's less than that now, Joey. I bet it's less than that now.
I hope so, folks.
I bet it's down to $100 or maybe less.
Yes.
Well, Joe, I'm exhausted. Sharing
But
our
I'm grateful.
stories
Connects us.
I'm grateful.
Listen.
And be connected. Thank you, everybody, for your donations today. Your generosity touches our heart. We love to do this, and we hope to continue doing it for many, many more months, if not years to come. I'm Mario Nunez. As always, for my broadcast partner, Joe King Carter, this is WMNF Tampa.